Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
We ain't gonna talk about that. Stay on task. All right. Well, to our 27 followers, I was
Almost 30.
almost 30. We had 28. Someone was like, hit that button by accident.
Well, if you're watching this, hit that button on purpose.
Yeah. So I've had to come to the realization that I'm hoping people are listening, that just haven't hit subscribe or haven't, followed. I'm trying to remain optimistic, and as long as you and I are having fun, that's all that matters. So we gathered some topics to talk about. October's always been like one of those months for me where either I haven't been paying attention all year or October has like a lot of days. Like we're going to talk about World Mental Health Day. I would say not a lot of days in terms of like these national days, but a lot of important ones. National Youth Confidence Day, National Curves Day, October 8th. Sorry, National Youth Confidence Day is October 20th, and World Mental Health Day is October 10th. And so, what we wanted to do is sort of, tie these themes together about confidence and mental health and a little bit of cultural humor. I've been pretty tame, but I know Rochelle knows that I have this beast waiting to come out. So I want to check in with Rochelle, see how she's doing mentally and youthful wise and curves, because that was one of the requirements of being a podcast host with me was that you had to have curves. But anyway, yeah, let's check in with Rochelle and see, how she's doing around these topics and what she thinks about it. What do you think, Rochelle?
Well, thank you. I'm so honored that you select me out of many, many, many people for
I
this
had so
position.
many choices.
I'm the lucky one. Nah, but great topic today. Thank you, Angie. Something exciting. Where do you want us to begin?
How are you feeling these days? You have this
Well,
youthful connection, and
really?
yeah. Well, you have two twins that are young, and I think that has a lot to do with it. You're always at football games and you know
Oh,
picnics, and family's a big thing for you, and you're working on your consulting business, so confidence is up there for you. You're
let me tell you this.
a
Since
beautiful black woman, so tell me about these things.
boost me up. Let me tell you, since I've been all in on my consulting business, my confidence have skyrocketed. And I go back and think like, why was I so nervous in these interviews to these people who don't even know me? And I know what I'm doing. So there's my confidence. So when I speak to my customer, to my clients, or to vendors, I'm on it. Now, I would like to say if you ever drop the bag on me as a company or organization, too bad. Too
Mhm.
bad. Because, hey, yesterday prices are not today's. So there you have it.
That's right.
Um, Secondly, I want to say that I have lost 10 pounds and my curves are curving. So, yes, I'm getting my body right in the winter time. So, this summer, don't look my way because I'm taken.
Yes. And
Not
that
really,
way,
but
that way this went well. Take yourself, girl. Uh, that way in the winter you won't look like an axe murderer or lumberjack, with all your flannel and the wool. Because turtlenecks, they help with that
yeah,
waddle.
it's a delusion, it
Yeah.
stretches. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I'm feeling great today. I'm feeling very confident today. This season of my life has undergone a huge transformation mentally, physically. So I say to say it had to happen. So that's how I'm doing these days.
Good. Well, I am too. I've got a lot going on. I've always been curvy. Well, from puberty, basically. I didn't blossom, I exploded. And I've kept those curves with me throughout my life, and so I I embrace them more now than I used to. As a young woman growing up in the 70s and 80s, I was very insecure. Um, I grew up pretty much the only white girl, until I was in like fifth or sixth grade. And none of the other white girls liked me. So I grew up, very insecure. I had brothers that weren't so nice to me, and I feel like I turned out a pretty okay person, despite all that. And it took a lot of work, um, mental health wise. I wasn't such a confident youth. I would have to say it's something that I'm very glad that my two children, um, while they have their own isms and
Mhm.
and uniquities, they do have a modest confidence. And I say modest because you don't know it's there until, they need to show it, and which was important for them to be humble and modest about uh, anything about themselves. So that's me. That's enough serious stuff. So Rochelle, when you think about who do we look at in our lives that exude these things, and when we look out in our own worlds, who are the people that we look for and look to see those qualities, that we can mimic or put our own flair on, in terms of confidence or self-care, or embracing youth, or whatever you want to call it. Who do you look for in your life, whether it's a celebrity or, someone in your personal life? You don't need names, just this, aunt, grandma, whatever. What does this mean, when you think about these world days, or national days? Who in your life plays those roles in terms of uh, giving you good examples of that stuff?
I would say my mom.
You talk
My
about
mom.
your mom a lot. I want to meet her so bad.
You did meet her, I thought.
No, she didn't go to dinner with us.
Oh, see,
She was,
busy
she
woman.
bit, she was busy. She was too
Okay,
busy.
okay.
She was too
Busy.
busy for me.
That's not the first time my mom canceled plans on me, so it ain't you.
I'm
Because
just
she
gonna
has
call her.
a
I'm just gonna call her directly. That's how I play. That's my MO. I'll just call mom right up.
right. The lady is so busy. My mom will be 72 in December, and she still work.
Tell them what she does.
Oh, my mom is a nurse, right?
Yes.
She's a charge nurse at this
She don't
nursing.
just work at Ross. She's a nurse at 72.
Yes. Um, she is amazing. 72 years old. She's supposed to only work 2 days a week. So that's what, 16 hours. Lady went from 2 days to 4 days a week. She would not sit down. I fuss at her all the time. She's constantly on the go. She keeps herself young, vibrant. Like she's the
And
only.
these
Hmm?
and these hours that she worked, they're not like senior hours. They're sometimes she works at night and on the weekends, right?
Oh yeah. So she went from, and this is just recently this year. She went from doing 12-hour shifts because my family fussed at her so bad, from 12 hours to 8 hours. And she like those 4 little hours she was giving up was gonna kill her. So imagine
It
a
might if she don't stop.
right, but she doesn't listen. Imagine 70 years old doing 12-hour nursing shifts.
I can't imagine it at 53, let alone 72.
I can
But you know
imagine.
what? Do you know what that speaks to, though? That speaks to the fact that she picked a profession that she loves and that comes
Mhm.
naturally to her. I'm sure that there are things, anytime we talk about somebody that we idolize, or somebody that, obviously you love your mom, but it's clear that you idolize her as a woman. This
Hmm.
is not, it's kind of like how I idolize my son, um, because he exudes the things that I want to do better or that I want to do. And um, so she chose something that she loved and that she was
Yes.
passionate about. And I think that's important to tie into this youth and mental health, because if we're not taking care of our brains and we're not taking care of ourselves, how are we going to be able to open our eyes to making some of the big decisions that these kids have to make, especially bigger way bigger than the ones I had to make in 1990 when I graduated, bigger than the ones you had. I didn't go to college. I don't have a college degree. I did go to college. Um, but there are so many news stories, not only me and people like me and you that are struggling in the job market, but people that are in these groups, these marginalized groups, and groups that college is supposed to prepare you for life. And now we're getting all these reports that now they're out and they're somewhat prepared, but there's nowhere for them to go.
No, no. But not even that, Angie. Them being out and unprepared, a lot of them just start doing like their entrepreneur stuff, like because they don't have the skill sets to compete in today's climate with corporate or, wherever they decide to work at. They don't have the skill sets.
Right, right. So besides your mom, um, where else are there any celebrities that the folks listening could identify with that uh
I
they're
would
never going
say,
to be your mom. They're never going to be your mom, but we
I would
got
say, Beyonce. I'm a Beyonce girl. She's definitely an example. Like she doesn't take what people say online and in social media. Um, her mom raised her to be that way, to have this strong mindset and to not take everything to heart. So her mental health is there. I really admire her about that because if you look on social media under one post, like people who's like internet bullies, they go in, they would tear you apart.
they're
And
everywhere.
I mean, they're ruthless, especially with like what's going on now. So like, yeah,
A lot of that's AI, right?
I don't even care. Like, why would you
I'm
even
just
have a
saying.
heart? Why would you even have a heart to even say such things? Where's the human in America? Like, how did we
People,
get here?
I don't know how we got here.
Like
Unless
everybody is fighting against one another. Just like there's no compassion, there's no kindness. But back to what I'm saying, Beyonce, she displays all of that, even with her fans and people who even hate on her. But absolutely, and she takes care of herself too. So she's another example. Like she had twins like me and got right back to working, doing what she was passionate about, what she loved, just like my mom. So,
stomping around in them big old gams she got.
okay.
Oh, them gams.
So I think like to sum it up, like find whatever it is that you're passionate about, and that will help you with this whole self-care and help you with your mental health as well. Like whatever you do, be passionate about it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
go all the way. You can use all those cliches or whatever you want to do to get going, but yeah, be ruthless.
Hmm.
I organized a master closet for a doctor last week, and she's a doctor has to hold on to a lot of papers, and so sometimes that carries over into your home, and she collected scrubs, but